Hello there gamers, welcome back to another Cryotic Flame video. We are back on the Kyber servers and starting off the match with the officer class. The officer class is it's probably the best class to start with because you can gain a lot of points easily. So with your E ability, for example, give out buffs to your friendly troops and you gain battle points quite quickly. Also, it's a good idea if you can capture an objective or two in the beginning, so you can have enough points for a specialist class or for a hero. Depends on how well you do in your first few lives. So today we are playing Galactic Assault, as I said, on the Kyber servers, on Tatooine. I mean, most likely that part of Tatooine, that hive of villainy and scum. So we captured one of the objectives. When you're playing on the Galactic Assault version of the map, you need to capture both objectives to push on, and you only have 100 lives. So it's actually quite difficult for the attacking team. But we're going to try our best. I love how on the Kyber servers the flash grenade, it's not cluster grenade, it's just a regular flash and it explodes on impact. That Vanguard slug. 3000 battle points, it's not enough for a hero, it's enough for a specialist class, but they've taken my specialist classes, so I have to choose my trusty old TIE Fighter. Even though there's nothing new on the TIE Fighters for the Kyber mod. Actually, they have nerfed them because they made them more expensive, and you don't have any star cards for the Starfighters. So the people at Battlefront Plus consider them overpowered, I guess, on these kind of modes, and they're nerfed. But still, they cannot nerf the Cryotic Flame, right? Especially on the attacking team, it's very nice because you can guess where the enemies are and where they're coming from. Of course, they are usually on the objective, and they are coming from their base towards the objective. But this objective is very hard for me to assist my team, unless the enemies are coming like this. Oh, that was good. But inside the cantina I cannot help my friendlies, so I hope they captured 5 inside of there, which should be enough. I'm also looking out if there's any enemies in the air. They are my biggest threat, of course. The ion torpedoes from the ground and those turrets from the heavy can be a real issue for Starfighters, but with quick enough flying you can dodge them. And we captured the cantina as well, so the first objective is done. We're getting our lives back and continuing on the push. So with 8 kill streak now, I probably pissing off the enemies. The enemies are getting angry at me. A little bit more polite way to say that. I thought this speeder card was an enemy, but apparently it's only from the map. That poor civilian, I committed a war crime there. So this objective, the auction house, is very good for me to support with the TIE Fighter, because it's almost all of it's in open ground. Again, the bazaar, whatever the name is from the second objective, is not as good. So the enemy Starfighter spawned, I think I noticed him, and that's why I'm flying low and quickly. So I need to have the drop on him. And where is he? Maybe he crashed? Or maybe he disconnected, who knows? But, oh no, oh, he... that might be other guy, not sure. But he destroyed me. With the quad lasers, it's very difficult. So I have to get the revenge. It's only fair, right? But again, he seems to be gone. Oh, there he is. Or maybe that's another one. Not sure what's happening here. It's probably another one. It seems like a Y-wing to me. Yes, it is a Y-wing. So the Y-wings, when they are far away from you, they have the advantage, especially if they target you with the ion cannons. But when you get in a dogfight with them like this, they're basically done. And now the ground troops are targeting me. As I said, I probably made them angry. So that ion torpedoes does a lot of damage. 2 ion torpedoes and can kill me. So I need to fly around like crazy. Okay, I dodged it. Good. So while I'm flying on the air on the Galactic Assault maps, I'm always on the lookout for enemy air units. When there is an enemy air unit, you cannot focus the ground. And even the ground focuses me. With the pod racing here. What is targeting me so much? Come on. Leave me alone. Yeah, it was the X-Wing. So I'm considering here, should I play the ground troops or just stick with what I know the best, which is of course the air units. And this is a good shot for me. He wasn't expecting me, and he's done. One barrage, and of course the X-Wings are done. So the enemies are running to the objective. There's only one of our friendlies there. They're very good players, the enemy team. So they make it so difficult for us. And again, there's an enemy in the air. That's the same guy with the X-Wing. He's done. So definitely the enemy team are doing what they are supposed to. They're targeting me from the ground. They're spawning now in the air as well. This player with the Y-Wing should have started firing from afar, but he chose to get quick. I mean, not quick. Close to us. And my fellow bomber took him out. So I have a little time to help the units on the ground. So many enemy units there. But I noticed there is a turret there on the street. So that's a problem. Because they will shoot, the turret will lock on to me and shoot me. They probably despawn. There's the enemy in the air again. You can notice by the arrow. So that's why I'm flying so low. That's a dangerous angle. Yep, he started firing. And now we're in a dogfight. This is a different person than the first X-Wing. So yeah, the second half of the match is not going too well for me on the air. I mean, it's okay, but not too well because I cannot target the ground. You know, I have to contend with the skies all the time. This is the reason I like to have a friend like Yazam, because he can coordinate from the ground, or we can both fly from the air and wreak havoc. You know, one of us can take care of the skies, and the other one focus the ground. And when you're flying by yourself in the air, you need to do both. And of course, I think the Kyber servers, that again, it's very difficult to fly on this map because, you know, the spawn point of the enemies and your spawn point actually is very close to where the action is. So you can see now I'm spawning and I can immediately target the enemy. He dipped too low. That's too bad for me. Definitely, yes, because he had a friend. So this kind of fights 1 versus 2 on this kind of maps, because you don't have to cover, is real difficult, and we are losing quite a lot of lives. But we capture one of the objectives. Started firing too quickly. I wasn't even targetable right there. And now, as I said, we are getting into a dogfight with the Y-Wing, and he's practically done at that point. And our friendlies are capturing the objective. I'm trying to help them, even though there's another Starfighter in the air. Not the best idea, maybe I should have targeted him. So I'm really considering now, should I go to the ground and help the guys, but I saw the overtime was ticking down, and unfortunately we lost. But again, this is a match as Cryotic Flame would play it, you know, from the skies, mostly. I know you guys want to see me fly, I mean, not fly all the time. So next time I'll definitely be more boots on the ground. But your well and true Cryotic Flame is first. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.